Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Thank you for visiting my channel once again. Um, it's actually a great day, and it seems like everyone in Asia and other parts of the United States, they lose their absolute mind over this day. To be able to receive, like in Japan, some chocolates from someone, or in other places in America, whatever, flowers, stuffed animal, and everything, it seems like it would make a woman's day. In some cases, even a man. In some places of Asia, the art of confession, to being able to say that I love you, it weighs so high in a person's life. And this is a day that was handpicked out just to say I love you. But unfortunately, this day, for people who don't get that confession or don't get the I love you, the teddy bears, the candy, the flowers, it's just another day. And it's compounded by walking around and seeing everyone in the state of euphoria. Excuse me, I'm still struggling with my speech here, but I'm trying to be as clear as I can. Euphoria. And you are not. It only adds to the difficulty of the day. But never fear. I have a few tips that can help you through this. Number one, love thyself. If there was no one to give you these gifts, buy them for yourself. And as you do that, you actually put yourself in a motion of being able to receive a gift, even if it's from yourself. That's okay. It's not about really anyone else. It's about you. It's about your heart condition, not only on Valentine's Day, but every day. Every day, be good to yourself. Two, when you learn how to receive a gift, also learn how to give one. You can also give gifts to people who are just friends, people who are co-workers, and sometimes the law of reciprocity gets put into effect when you become a giver first. So always know how to give. Number three, and I kind of put it like in the middle of this here, and I want to really speak to the fathers. See, as a father with a daughter in particular, you show her love. In other words, you give her gifts and you make her special. That way, and not to the point of spoiling or anything like that, but understand that women sometimes they struggle the most with this day. Because sometimes even when they get gifts, they can still feel less than. That's because it seems like the person that they're with will save up whatever emotions or everything like that and then try to bestow to them on that day, when the other 364 days of the year, the woman goes without. It's not a day that I don't drop my daughter off at work and I don't tell her I love you and call me if you need me. So see, what that does is that not only strengthens our bond, since she's not my natural daughter. I do have a natural daughter as well that we talk almost not daily, but almost, a couple of times a week, 2, 3 times a week and more, depending on what the subject matter is. But you have to let them know that if all else fails, I still have my daddy. I still have my father, someone I can go to, someone I can confer with, someone I can talk to, and you have to be the type of man that not abusive and not a person that will take advantage of situations and stuff there because maybe she's not your blood child or what have you. but be a man. And I know these videos usually will touch the ears of men my age, hopefully 60, above, slightly below, young men, whoever it is, and everything. That way, just really get a clue about how special you are to your child, even if you didn't have that child. Number four, take care of your own heart. If you know how to take care of your own heart, then you can actually give. And in the Bible says, just as a man knows how to give good gifts, how much more would he be able to give to his Father in heaven? So, in other words, you become that earthly presentation for someone else, but you have to be good to yourself first. Like me, gifts, they don't mean a whole lot or anything and stuff there to get. But to give, I'm a giver. That's just in me. And to see people happy around me, I think it works wonders. I received that gift from my father. I watched in how he would give gifts. And my dad, he worked at a university. So at night, and he was in maintenance. So I don't, he was not a professor or anything like that. But my dad, he only had a fifth grade education, but wisdom. He had more wisdom than most people would ever be able to carry in their lifetime. But anyway, he knew how to give gifts because he knew how they were important. And he would tell me there were times in his life, like at Christmas, or I don't even know if Valentine's Day actually existed back then, but any holiday and stuff there, to receive an apple or an orange, which was the best that maybe his parents could do back there in those days in the South, it was a blessing. But anyway, he taught me the gift of keeping your family happy, you know, sometimes at your own personal expense. But as a man, you're able to shoulder all of that. So you take care of your heart, and he would always take time out to do things and stuff there with his family. And my family and I and stuff there, we're always on the go. Even if my wife and I just take a drive, even if we just go to the store. And for a guy who has suffered a stroke and walking and everything, and to still have, in my opinion, a beautiful woman hold your hand and want to be there with you still, that means that you had to do a whole lot of stuff right ahead of time. Because trust me, if I was an ass or whatever, I would have expected her to be gone a long time ago. But I thank God that she's here. And I thank God that my daughter is here as well. Because with her growing up to a certain age without a father, it was a little bit of her struggle, a little bit of a struggle for her to accept another person um, that is one, the head of their household, when her mom was the head of her household. And then two, being directed and guided by another person. But over time, over these 6 years, 6+ years, I can truly say that, and my daughter, she doesn't say a whole lot and everything, but she is expressive. And we talk about a lot of things and stuff there. So in taking care of my heart, I had to put in some work in order to yield what I get back from my daughter. My wife was much easier, I tell you. But sometimes those are the things you're tasked with and stuff there when you have come to a point in life where life has changed so much. You just want it, okay, to stop and fit into a peg, and then continue a more natural flow. And you won't have so many ups and downs. I am so thankful that I took the time out to find out who I was before I jumped back into another relationship. So that's number four. I took care of my own heart. And lastly, and not necessarily most important in everything, is that this is just one day out of 365. So if you're an asshole for 364 days, but then you want to throw some flowers and a bear or something at them, some candy or what have you, if it was up to me, I would tell you to keep it, right? But because the Asian continent has such an, affinity for this day, they would take it even from somebody else. So number 5 is don't be under any false pretenses that you're doing something good when the rest of the year you're an asshole. So for me, yeah, I have my days, but not 364 of them, and then do all of this here and say that, oh, I love you, and stuff there. You know, I love you, you know. And she's sitting there, maybe like kind of trembling 364 days a year because you've been that person. Number 5, know who you are. 365 days of the year, know who you are. Don't pretend to be someone that you're not on Valentine's Day. Don't talk to someone online and get their hopes all up only to dash their hopes. Don't meet someone in person and decide that on Valentine's Day or right before Valentine's Day you want to break up with them because you're cheap. And if you are cheap, then okay, just give a card. Maybe give one rose or something. You would not believe how much that is appreciated by some women. But know who you are before you even decide to play with the heart of another person, whether she's from the Asian continent or wherever, because you don't know how seriously these things mean to others. This bear last night, I had to actually sleep on the side of him because my wife treasured it so much and everything. And she had talked about this bear like 2 or 3 weeks before she realized that, yes, I had already bought it. And I don't know, maybe I had number 6 in there. Listen to what your beloved says. I mean, even in just general conversation, we're in the store. Oh, I would like that big chocolate bear, or my daughter, or Erica, would like this panda, or what have you and stuff there. And I'm just walking around nonchalantly and everything, just kind of nodding my head or what have you and stuff there. But the wheels are turning. It's like, yeah, I know it. I know she wants that bear because amongst the bears that she has, this is the biggest. And even though some of these women, they grow up a lot earlier than some of the women in the United States. And I'm sorry, I'm just straightening my hand out here and stuff there. Over the last year or so, going on 2 years, I've had to continue to manipulate my hand and stuff there because I want it to move again. I want this shoulder and stuff there to be able to move involuntarily and everything. Let me get back on the subject. Because I'll make another video about that and everything. But yeah, listen to your spouse. It's so important. And even though I kind of like nonchalantly played it off when she was talking about it, a day later, that bear had been sitting in one of our vehicles out in the driveway. Because if we don't use the vehicle often and everything, there's no reason for her to look in there. The candy that I bought and everything, the garage this time of year stays like freezing cold until I open it up and if I'm doing some work out there. The candy was bought a few days ago. Of course, the flowers you don't buy until to me, the day before, because where you gonna hide them, right? And my daughter, bless her heart, when I picked her up from work, I texted her before and said, "Is there anything special you want to get your mom?" And she was looking. Oh, there's a cake. So in the little bakery in the store that she works, she went ahead and purchased her cake with her own money. That I've also taught her how to save and manage her own money. She was able to go in there, pull out her card and stuff, there, make a transaction. Yeah, none of these things that she knew before, and that's based on relationship that you teach. You are a teacher as well. But hey, I thank you guys. I want you guys to have the best life ever, not just on Valentine's Day. Bring her bears and flowers and cards and candy whenever you can. Take them out, show them things. Build a life. Whether you're in the Philippines or you're in Thailand, Malaysia, wherever in the U.S. If you've been so fortunate to bring your wife back here, have the best time ever. Life is short for old guys like us. Why would you want to live like you've lived before? Some of us have had true heartbreak, and this day actually meant nothing for them again. So for you, just as you give and everything, you have received. And to me, it's been a revival. Valentine's Day is, for the last 6 years, has been anew. I mean, it's been so fresh and everything. I'm able to do again some of the things that I used to do, with others, but in a better way. And knowing that the appreciation is 10 plus instead of like, oh, thank you, you know. But we didn't go on that trip to the Caribbean. Oh, thank you. But I really wanted this. Oh, thank you. But not a problem. It's just another day. So I mean, you put your hard work into something and you would hope to get the responses that I received last night. Because while it was early morning in the Philippines, maybe 10 or 11 o'clock after my daughter got off at 8 o'clock at night, we celebrated Happy Hearts Day at 9 p.m. our time while watching the rest of the Super Bowl and everything. So make the make the best out of it. If you go through all of the effort to get another person in your life, whether here or abroad, make them feel as special as you can make them, and then you can look at the response. That will let you know if you have the right person at night or not. My name is Percy. This is the Balance of Life. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed what I've said, please like. More importantly, subscribe. I'm trying to build this channel. Hopefully, someone is out there watching and everything. And I'm going to say what I have to say. And I'm going to put it on camera. So if you're listening, continue listening. And I thank you for it. Have a great day and God bless.